Good morning. Wait, is it working? Yes. Okay. Good morning. It's 7:05 a.m. on Wednesday, March 30th, 2016. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I don't know where that came from. I have a very exciting experimental video for all of you today that has absolutely nothing to do with my desire to buy chocolate. I was at CVS yesterday and I saw that they had a display for some new flavors of peanut M&Ms. And this is one of those things where they come out with special edition flavors, and you're supposed to vote for which one you want, and you can win a contest. And um, other than the whole vote logo, there's no other apparent election theming on it other than that. So it's a tenuous connection to the election if that's what they're going for. But what it says is, vote and you could win $100,000 and the title of official M&M's taste tester. Boy, I know which part of that prize I'm more interested in. Anyway, it also has a little asterisk for that. No purchase necessary. Taste tester title is honorary. No official duties. There, let's see. I don't know if I'll be able to make it focus on that, but yeah. So, they had 3 flavors. They had chili nut M&Ms. They had honey nut M&Ms, and they had coffee nut M&Ms. Now, sorry, I have hair in my mouth. I don't know how that could have possibly happened. So I only bought the chili nut M&Ms and the honey nut M&Ms. Now, part of this was that my desire to have a full and fair examination of all 3 chapters or choices was interfered with by 2 factors. One is that I generally think that coffee tastes terrible. And so the idea of making peanut M&Ms taste more like coffee seems to me to be a trend in the wrong direction. That's subjective, I understand. The other factor that led me to not purchase the coffee nut M&Ms is that I have already now just bought 2 giant bags of chocolate that I'm going to either eat or have to find some other solution for. But at the very least, knowing my own flavor tastes and preferences, I don't think I would be into the coffee ones, and so I felt safe excluding those from my personal choice. Just like in real elections, third parties just ruin everything. So let's go ahead and taste test, shall we? So I'm going to start with these honey nut M&Ms. Obviously, what it brings to mind immediately is the idea of honey nut Cheerios. And let's see. Okay, just based on smell, you wouldn't necessarily expect there to be a lot of smell on M&Ms because of the candy shell. But I think in these sorts of situations, you would want to add that just because you want to make sure people detect whatever the new flavor is, right? Yeah, I mean it smells kind of like Honey Nut Cheerios. And then turns out, looks like in here, that all of the M&Ms inside are yellow and brown. It looks like they actually have two different colors of yellow. They have sort of a more mustardy or golden yellow, and then a more, typical candy yellow, in addition to the brown. I imagine they still all taste the same, so let's give it a try. Oh, okay. See, my first thought was that it really didn't taste any different at all. It tastes just like a regular peanut M&M. But you kind of get it towards the end. Like, as you're chewing, the chocolate itself sort of starts to, slide away, and you get more of the flavor. The flavor definitely seems to be in the shell itself, which makes sense that it wouldn't be in the peanut part. And then the chocolate, it's probably simpler for them to leave the chocolate and the peanut part alone and have the shell be the modified part. I will say, though, that the flavor is really subtle. If you gave me these without telling me that they were specially flavored, I'm not sure I would even notice. I might say they taste a little bit interesting. Like, did they change their recipe or something? But I would not have said, tastes like honey. Yeah, but you get a little bit of a different flavor. Almost like the aftertaste. And it's good, but certainly nothing groundbreaking. I mean, it's good kind of in the same way that regular peanut M&Ms are good. It's candy. But I don't know, it's kind of a nice nuance to the flavor. I could get behind that. I feel like if that just became a new variety, I could see myself picking that up sometimes instead of always just the regular ones. Alright, so the next one, chili nut. And our picture here shows Mr. Peanut M&M. Ooh, spicy. It's got a chili pepper. So let's try this. Okay. Oops, see, I think we got, yeah, so these colors, we've got orange, red, and sort of a deeper red. So let's give them a try. I didn't smell them like I did before. I have to be fair about these things. Yeah, I don't smell much of anything. If there's any sort of a peppery smell, it's very, very subtle. Not nearly as distinct as the honey one. Well, let's try it. Oh, there it is. Definitely like the honey ones. You almost don't get any of the different flavor at all until it's almost all gone. It's like all that new flavor is just in the part that sort of stays on your tongue while you swallow the actual bulk of the chocolate and the peanut. But then when that flavor is gone, the chocolate overwhelms the other flavor, but then when you're sort of swallowing the chocolate, that's when you get the rest of it. There's a little, there's a little bit of a spicy burn to it. It's not, it's definitely not hot like hot salsa. There's a little bit, that's interesting. So I'm looking at the ingredients just to see if I can distinguish what's different in the ingredient list. So where the honey ones, so they're all the same up to the point where the honey ones say artificial flavor, and that's it. This one says spice, natural flavors, chili extract. So there's definitely some actual chili extract in there. These definitely are a more distinct variation on the peanut M&Ms, and it's also interesting just in the sense that you could give these to someone and it would take them a moment to realize anything was different. You know, because when you're doing the main chew and swallow, they don't really taste any different. But then you get sort of the lingering spiciness, and it's actually, yeah, I'm not I mean, someone who really likes spicy stuff maybe, but the sort of lingering burn of the spiciness is taking a different sort of shape in my mouth than I feel like spicy stuff usually does. I feel like usually when I'm eating like chips and salsa, or my salsa is very spicy, I have it mostly like on the front of my tongue, and then sort of a more general sense, but like the primary sort of burn sensation, that spicy sensation, is usually on like the bulk of my tongue. Whereas this, I feel like I feel it most as it's going down my throat. And that's where it lingers, which is a little bit unusual. So, these are definitely interesting, and they represent a much more distinct, different experience compared to the regular peanut M&Ms, and compared to the honey nut. Where the honey nut ones it's kind of just a subtle nuance that's a little interesting compared to the regular ones. This one is definitely a more distinct flavor experience, but I'm not 100% sure I would buy them again. It's interesting, but I also just sort of feel I'm not one of those people who just wants everything to be spicy. There are those people do exist. And so maybe for them, you should give these a try. It's interesting. Yeah, and I mean, I think I'll probably, I'll eat some more of these and then probably give the remaining ones to coworkers. It's not bad in any way. It's just not, usually what I'm looking for in my chocolate. So, it's definitely an interesting experiment. But yeah, I think between these two, see, now I'm torn because, like, the one is just I like it better, but I almost like it better because it's more like the regular ones. And so if they're really looking to have a new variation, do they want one that's even more different? I think if I'm the only person that they ever asked, I vote for the honey. But I could see a lot of people liking these too, so we'll see. In any case, 14 minutes? What? I've got to get to work. All right. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.